verse 13, verse 16 of the 6th chapter of Genesis. This morning I would like to talk about the grace of God. The grace of God. I know you are asking yourself, where can you find grace in this text this morning? Let us look at it. The book of Genesis is all about grace. Paul have told us in Romans, the 5th chapter and the 20th verse, where sin abound, grace did much more abound. Genesis is the great book that began God's grace toward man. This great book, Genesis, showed God favoring men despite of men's terrible sin and their rebellion against God. God favored men by saving him from a destiny of corruption and death to a life of perfection that will last forever. When God saw Adam and Eve, and God called the name Adam, where are thou? God became the seeking Saviors, ready to begin his grace and plan of salvation and redemption, all through his amazing grace. Theme of grace continuing when God sacrificed the life and the blood of an animal to secure coat or skin and to clothe Adam and Eve. And brother and sister, God is still seeking and crying out to men, where art thou? In order to cover and to forgive men of their sin and failure. Yes, this book of Genesis, is a book of grace. This book began God's plan of salvation. This book gives the history of redemption. And this book began the trial and the blood and sacrifice. Brothers and sisters, most of the foundation of the doctrine are found first in the book of Genesis. The doctrine of sin, the doctrine of the fall, the doctrine of redemption, the doctrine of justification, the doctrines of atonement, the doctrine of God's wrath, and the doctrine of the grace of God are found in the book of Genesis. The personality and the person and the knowledge of God are found in the book of Genesis. In chapter 5 of this chapter this morning, God saw the wickedness of man was great. Say great. Great upon the earth. The word great means that man's sin or man's wickedness was multiplied. They were committed more and more sin. Corruption and lawlessness was increasing in the land now. The mind of man was flooded with thoughts and imagination that was self-centered and self-seeking. The mind was flooded with violence and destruction, even in strife, covetous and full And the list can go on and on. God saw the thoughts and the imagination of men, that they was given over to evil, continually given over to their flesh, their flesh desire and the covenants, just like today. Brothers and sisters, today we live in the world right now. The right have become wrong, and wrong have become right. We live in a time right now that we have walked away from God. We have walked away from God's standard. We have walked away from God's righteousness. Instead of doing God's will, we are doing our own will. Brothers and sisters, we had to take the holy day. We had to take a holiday more than we observe the holy day. Holy day is more than holy, more valuable than a holiday. Amen. In verse 6, in verse 7, God regret. It said God repented that he had made man. In other words, God regret that he had ever made man. God was grieved and he condemned man. Look at that, brothers and sisters. The word grieve means to groan. God's heart was broken over the misery and pain men were causing by their own wickedness. God is pressed by the sin of man. God is weary now by man's sin. God is broken by man's sin. God is grieved in the depth of his heart because of man's sin. Therefore, brothers and sisters, God will judge and God will condemn them to be destroyed. In other words, God will wipe men and animals off the face of the earth. It's right here in the book of Genesis. God was going out to blot out men because of their wickedness. Here it is. The creature now has rejected the Creator. The creature has rejected the love and the grace of God. The creature has chosen to reject, neglect, and deny the Creator, just like today. We as the creature, we have turned our back on our Creator. Brothers and sisters, let me tell you this morning though, when you reject God, you must face the justice of God. Why? When man does not serve God and fulfill God's purpose for them, for creating them, and God had no choice though than to destroy man. You cannot expect God to look the other way or to excuse you, brothers, because of your sin. However, though, God could not forgive, for God could not violate his promise to Adam and Eve. God had promised them that a Savior will come and deliver man from sin and death. In verse 8, it said, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. In the eyes of the Lord. Noah found grace. God chose Noah to be the person to be saved during the coming judgment. Yeah. He was saved by grace through faith in the coming of the Savior. Likewise, we are only saved by faith through grace. Thank God for the grace of God. When you look at the character of the Lord was a saved man. He was a spiritual man. And he was the head of his family. The first time the grace is used in the Bible. This is the first time. In verse 8, the grace is used in the Bible. Noah is called the preacher of righteousness. Brother said, we need preachers to be a preacher of righteousness. Noah did not only just spoke it, but he lived it. Amen. We need preachers, not preacher of fame and glory, but we need preachers of righteousness. Yes, Lord. Noah was a just man. Yes, he was just because he was justified by God, by believing in God of the gospel message. Noah was a perfect man because his heart was right with God. And Noah walked with God. The word walk referred to a lifestyle. Brothers and sisters, walk is when we choose to glorify God in everything that we do and say. God becomes the center of our life. In order to have fellowship with God, in order to commune with God, then you must walk with God. And can I tell you something else? When you walk with God, God will walk with you. When God, in verse 13 of our text this morning, and said, and God said to Noah, when God speak, then we should hear. When God direct, we should obey. Whatever God guides, when God guides us, He will provide for us. God now have revealed to Noah that he was born to put an end of all flesh. And also the earth. That means no life and no earth. Because every person that was now offering himself and the earth as a sacrifice to God. But they were not following God. They were doing their own thing, doing their own way. They were living in the opposite of what God had God wanted to live. God called Noah. Call to Noah was a different call that was ever given to a person. Call was for him to build an ark. Brothers and sisters, the ark was a symbol of salvation and preservation. The ark was an image of a sign of salvation by grace. Look at the ark. The ark was made of gopher wood. And the ark was to be waterproof. It was to be pitched within and without. The word pitch in the Hebrew word means atonement. And the word atonement means to cover. But I'm glad this morning, the same word atonement, God sealed us with His blood. The blood of Christ sealed every believer against destruction and judgment. I thank God for the blood of Christ. His blood will protect you. His blood will provide for you. His blood will secure you in a time of destruction and judgment. Christ bore the judgment of sin for us. He had paid the atonement price, the sacrifice for our sin. He suffered, bled, and died on the tree at Calvary. They put a spirit in his side. Water and blood came out. Water for redemption. And the blood is for our redemption. Thank God. Water for baptism. And the blood is for our redemption. And all brothers and sisters ought to have one dose. Say one dose. Ought to have one dose. That means that there is only one way to God. Can you hear Jesus Christ say, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. Christ is not just a way, but he is the way. He's not just a truth, but he is the truth. In order to get to God, you got to go through our Savior Jesus Christ. From all indication, brothers and sisters, no, have to believe in God's command. Here. I'm glad this morning. Man, you are covered by the blood of Jesus. He will protect you. He will save you.
Thank you, Lord.
John said, these are they. Came out of great tribulation. And they have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Christ's blood will wash you white in this slope. Your sin might be red as scarlet, but the blood of Jesus has the power to wash you and make you clean again. Ajax can't do it. Washing powder can't do it. But on that head, the blood of Jesus can make you clean. Thank God for the blood of Jesus. If you want to be saved, 7 days is coming one day. But if you want to be saved, come into the ark. The ark is the symbol of character and salvation. Come into the ark and stay in the ark. Everybody that stay in the ark, they were saved from the flood. Stay in the ark. Stay in Christ. If you stay in Christ, then you will be saved from the judgment of Christ. But be covered with the blood of Jesus. Can't no harm come to you. You are covered by the blood. I plead the blood right now. The blood. The blood will cover you as you go from day to day. Thank God for the blood. The blood will cleanse you. The blood will forgive you. That's God's grace. Thank God for the grace of God. I once was low, but now I'm found. I once was blind, but now I can see. It was the grace of God that saved a wretch like me. God's grace. Grace of God begins in the book of Genesis. Book of beginning. Grace. God favor. Grace is receiving what you don't deserve. We deserve death. God give us life. We deserve condemnation. But God give us salvation. Thank God. Thank God for the grace. For the grace of God. It was God. I don't know about you this morning. But it was God. Amazing grace that saved a wretch like me. I was on my way to heaven. There's no God Thank God.
Thank God.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah.
Things are totally slack.
Hallelujah.
Praise of God.
Yes, Lord.
Church goes over.
Yeah. Yes.
Who's over there?
Yes, Lord.